Hello, everyone. Just a quick update because I've been getting lots of emails and phone calls all day long about what's going on with Tent City and how can I rush out and help. So anyway, let me give you sort of my take on everything, and as far as Watchmen of the Streets, what we will be doing and not doing. That way everybody kind of gets the message. But anyway, I am Heath Burchett, the director and founder of Watchmen of the Streets. I'm so thankful for all the supporters and those that volunteer. We had a group that went out into Tent City last night, and all the other places that we serve. We continue to drop off supplies, build relationships, and hook people up with resources as people need them. But yes, you say, what about the Tent City that's it's got 72 hours to move? Yes, of course we're outraged. Since 2013, Watchmen of the Streets has dealt with this, people having to be moved for different reasons. And now with homelessness increasing and the tent encampments getting larger and larger, it's just a whole different ballgame right now. But the good thing is there is a motel that is going to be available. Many of the nonprofits are working on getting transportation to and from this hotel for the people that would like to go in. It is starting to look like it's going to be full or getting full, so that's good too. It's always good when people can get off the streets. And so that's a big plus. People are going around and assessing people for that. Now, the people that have already moved away from Tent City, they will not be able to get into it. It's just the people that were assessed before, or the people that are still actually in the encampment. But again, a lot of people have already moved, and so they would not be getting into this particular motel. But again, I think it's a great thing. Some people are getting off the streets. And I just want to, first of all, say that I feel like as far as a health hazard, that a lot of well-meaning groups and people that really have a heart to share and to love on our homeless neighbors, which I do appreciate, just kind of went about some things the wrong way. So I want to encourage you, first of all, come and volunteer through Watchmen of the Streets. You can do that, or maybe through another organization, Block Love Charlotte, Hope Vibes, Heartbeats as Beats as One, or Roof Above. But anyway, I just want to encourage you that if you do go on your own or you do go with a different organization, to consider not dropping off anything unless someone is actually in Tent City. If someone is there and they can use the coat, and then wonderful, bless them with a coat. If someone can use a meal, bless them with a meal, and then they can take the things that they need. Don't drop off items, big mounds of coats, big mounds of food that rots because no one can eat it, and then the mice come in. And so it's not only the homeless community that is responsible for the trash accumulation and this becoming a health hazard. It's also the well-meaning people that are trying to help, but they're just dumping off items after items after items and junking up the areas. And that's one of the reasons that this whole thing is happening. And so let's make sure that we don't do that going forward. Try to get the word out about that. Also, one of the things that you can do is to be collecting tents, because we don't know how many more tent cities will get moved around in the next several months, and for what reasons, or maybe the same reason. And so we want to make sure that we're ready for that. Give out the right things. Be storing those tents, propanes, small burners for the propanes, things to keep people warm. Those items are normally welcomed, but sometimes people don't need an extra blanket because they've been inundated with certain things. So always ask what people need. Another idea, and that's that Watchmen of the Streets and some of the other people have been doing. Consider gift cards, $5, $10 for McDonald's, Bojangles. That way people can go and actually get things when they need it. and it's not accumulating trash, and places staying clean. So consider things like that. I don't think that the best thing for us to do is just to go and inundate Tent City and the entire area with a bunch of people frantically in an emotional state because we're all upset with how our homeless neighbors are living and being treated. Just to go and do something. I think that it's kind of overwhelming for some of our homeless neighbors. They don't need to be approached by everybody under the sun with all of these frantic emotions and not really knowing, and so many different stories and all of that. And so let's just take a break. Let's pray for our homeless neighbors, and let's support them with best practices and great love. Develop relationships. Let's go when people maybe aren't inundating the place. After the hype of things wear off, people are going to have more needs again, and things won't be dropped off as much. Again, ask people what their needs are. Make those personal relationships. Also, you can donate tangible items to Watchmen of the Streets. You can email us at habitmissions.com. If you'd like to volunteer, you can volunteer by texting Watchmen of the Streets to 31996 or adding us on Facebook. And we can always use financial aid. As many other nonprofits can too. And you can donate at watchmenofthestreets.com. Just click on the donate button. If you have any specific questions, feel free to reach out to us. But we feel like these are our best practices. And so for now, we're going to continue to do what we always do. Most people are going to be able to move on their own or get into a motel. Again, it doesn't mean that we don't need to be doing all that we can for our homeless neighbors, and there's plenty of people outside of Tent City and even the visible tent cities that need help. And so know that when you're supporting Watchmen of the Streets and a part of Watchmen of the Streets, you're also helping the many tent cities that are part of the hidden communities. Thank you for who you are and all that you do. It really, truly means a lot. So God bless you all, and stay safe.